In my devotional thoughts this week, let me draw on some experiences from my own past. Right now we're going through some challenging times. We are having all of this social distancing, this isolation, quarantine. We're not able to go into many of the stores that we are used to going into, and we're finding it difficult, and we're wondering, when is this going to end? And what is it going to look like when it does end? What are we going to be allowed to do? Are some things going to change permanently? And what's going to happen the next time some epidemic like this comes along? Are we going to shut down the country again? So many questions and concerns. When I was 10 years old, I decided that my allowance wasn't going quite far enough. And I went down to the grocery store and I stuck a candy bar in my pocket and walked out the door. And I thought, wow, that was easy. The next week, I went down and I stuck 2 candy bars in my pocket and walked out the door, and that was just as easy. The third week, I went down and I filled my pockets with candy bars, and as I was walking out the door, I heard a voice over the PA system announce, "Would somebody please check that young man going out the door?" Well, I was busted. They took me through the store to the back and up the stairs to the manager's office and sat me down and wanted to know my name and where I was from. And I wasn't going to tell them because I knew what was going to happen if my dad found out, and I knew what kind of a man he was and our relationship. And I just didn't want that to happen. I don't know what I was thinking, that maybe they were going to let me go. Well, that wasn't going to happen either. But I still wouldn't tell them who I was. And finally, the chief of police came up the stairs, and I saw him, and I knew him because he only lived a block away from my house, but he didn't recognize me. He asked me the same questions, and I wouldn't tell him, so he took me down through the store and put me in the back seat of the police car. And I thought, well, I'll just slide across the seat and go out the door on the other side, and I'll be gone. Well, there's a factory defect on police cars because on the inside of the door in the back seat, there's no handle. So down to the police station we went, and he asked me the questions one more time, and I wouldn't tell him. And so finally he just put me in a jail cell, closed the door, and I sat there for 4 hours. Several hours later, 4 hours later, I heard the phone ring, and I heard him say, "Well, you might want to come down and take a look." So as my father was coming down to the police station, I began to think. And the thought that came to my mind was, I will laugh again. It won't be tonight. It probably won't be tomorrow, but I will laugh again. And through the years, I've thought many times, that's a pretty profound thought for a 10-year-old in trouble. Since that time, there have been times when we didn't have enough money. And there was a lot of stress involved with that. But I thought, there's going to come a day when I'm going to have extra money once again. I've had times when I've been in a lot of pain. I've had several surgeries, and I was just really hurting. But the thought would come to my mind, there's going to come a day when I'm going to feel well again and be able to do all the things that I want to do. I don't know what you're going through right now, but I want to tell you that it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. We are going to be able to worship together again. You are going to be able to resume the activities that you love to do. And I'm reminded of the verse in Romans chapter 15, verse 13. I love this. Let me read it to you. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. My friends, the best is yet to come. Whatever you're going through, we will get through it. God is going to be right by our side every step of the way, and we will laugh again. We will worship together again, and I am longing for that day. May it be soon, and in the meantime, may God give you peace and hope, knowing that indeed the best is yet to come. May God bless you.